to Vinto Mini channel. This is not a video to do with Star Wars for once. This is a video to do with Thunderbirds. So my good friend Mike Lacey, thanks very much for this, Mike. Sent me this. Basically there was a Kickstarter promotion that I missed out on where there was three episodes that were recorded especially for like records, for vinyl records, and they decided to make these new episodes for the 50th anniversary of Thunderbirds. So obviously Jerry Anderson had nothing to do with it. It was Stephen Lariviere, I want to say, sounds French. So there was 3 episodes on this. So on the back here we have Introducing Thunderbirds, which is basically Jeff Tracy taking Parker and Lady Penelope around the island and showing them the different Thunderbirds lifting off, such as Thunderbird 1. So at 1, 2, 4, 3, which is weird. I don't understand why I didn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, but anyway. But yeah, it showed you that there. So I'll just read the synopsis. A beautiful island somewhere in the Pacific, outwardly Tracy Island is nothing more than a luxury home for Jeff Tracy and his family. Secretly is his headquarters of the heroic International Rescue Organisation. When newly recruited London agents Lady Penelope and Parker arrive for their first visit, Jeff takes them on a tour to show them the fantastic Thunderbirds, the machines of the future. So if you hadn't watched Thunderbirds, if you'd never seen Thunderbirds, this would be like the perfect introduction for it. Where the first episode was Dead Disaster, I want to say. Trapped in the Sky. Sorry, I don't know why I thought that. So the second one is The Abominable Snowman, where a sabotaged uranium plant explodes in a blazing inferno. Mountaineers in the Himalayas are mysteriously disappearing. What's the connection? Jeff Tracy assigns Lady Penelope and Parker to investigate. Exploring the mountains Everest region by ski copter, the duo soon find themselves in grave danger when they discover their guide isn't who they thought it was. Scott Tracy blasts off in Thunderbird run, but will he arrive in time? So with this one here, obviously Lady Penelope and Parker, Lady Penelope, the plane crashes and Lady Penelope injures her ankle, so Parker goes off with what they think is their guide, but spoiler alert, is actually the hood. And Parker gets put in like a kind of steel room with other people, and then it's a case of he comes back to get Lady Penelope because he thinks she's something to do with International Rescue, and she says no, I'm not. And then Thunderbird 1 arrives. Now this happened before in an episode and it bugs me. Thunderbird 2 arrives and Scott runs out and goes like, Virgil, you know, like take off again. It's like, but, and it's like, just take off. It's like, okay, Thunderbird 2 travelled all this way for basically nothing. And if that was me, I'd be fuming. So that one then was a fun one at the end. They said it's something to do with the Abominable Snowman. Well, we could put that to rest. And then you kind of see a footprint and it's covered over by the snow. I've got to say that in this one, it was really cool the way that they had like Scott Tracy, say, walking around in the snow. He would have bits of snow around him. His boots would all be covered in snow. It was really atmospheric. And it just looked really good. You could tell they put a lot of work and effort into this, which was superb. Then you have the stately homes robbery. When stately homes across England are robbed of their most precious jewel collections, Jeff Tracy realises Lady Penelope's Crichton Ward Manor may be next. Penelope and Parker track down the criminals in the Tower of London, but soon find themselves trapped inside with a bomb ready to go off. Original series director David Elliott returns for the final new 50th anniversary episode. So basically, I don't know if you can see, these two here are going around robbing people, like rich people, because apparently this guy's family owned it, and then owned the crown jewels, and then something happened, I don't know what. But you actually see Gordon Tracy in this one. You'd seen Alan Tracy in a bit of one of the other ones, but he didn't speak, whereas Gordon says like maybe a line, so he's actually defusing the bomb, as you can see there. Which actually tells you how many minutes it's got until it blows, which is quite good. But that was a fun one as well. I remember there was like a documentary where they built like this big fancy, like it looked beautiful, like a big fancy stately home, and then they blew it up. And like to put all that work and effort in, just go poof, and see it blow up. It also has Thunderbirds 1965 documentary, Kickstarter campaign video at home with International Rescue, BBC News and ITV News visit, Jeff and Penny welcome messages and subtitles, obviously. But yes, this it just has that Thunderbirds feel. The only gripe I have about it is that it's filmed in a pillar box 4:3 rather than a 16:9 ratio, so it's kind of like cut down like that, instead of being like widescreen or like full screen or whatever. That's my only gripe. Beautifully, it looks amazing. It looks like it was done by Jerry Anderson and stuff. It just looks that good. It looks that authentic. It has the Barry Gray music to it as well. I would have liked to see more of, like an episode. Fair enough, this is from vinyl, so this is from vinyls that were like about 45, odd years ago that they made these stories up. But I would have liked to see more, and more about Scott and Gordon and John and like the actual Thunderbirds themselves. But yeah, they last half an hour. They don't last an hour, so they last half an hour. But you still have a good jam-packed episode, like you do on the original ones, which I'll get onto in a minute. But they did release some of these on their store. I don't know whether this will be something that will be available in like stores at some stage, but I would like to thank Mike sincerely for this. I think maybe it was a case of, on Operation Retro Shock, we did an interview with Shane Rimmer and talked about Thunderbirds, and then I sent Mike the first Thunderbirds stuff, and he loved it, so then he got into Thunderbirds because of me. So, and if you are a Thunderbirds fan, I would have to say that if you pick up Filmed in Super Mario Nation, which is kind of a documentary to do with all the different Jerry Anderson projects, so you've got Thunderbirds, you've got Stingray, you've got Joe 90, things like that. So you've got 2 discs again. You've got so you've got the first disc, which has just a red disc. So yeah, basically it talks about Stingray, Captain Scarlet, most famously Thunderbirds. Then on the other disc, you actually have blue one. You actually have some episodes. You have Four Feather Falls that my dad used to watch, that Nicholas Parsons did a voice for. Supercar, Fireball XL5, Stingray, Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet, Joe 19, Secret Service. But these are all done in Blu-ray, so like they're all up to Blu-ray standard, which is beautiful. And that's the back up there, which is quite cool. So I just want to show some other Thunderbird stuff off that I have. I actually have these from years upon years ago. These are like the corgi things. So you have Thunderbird 1 there. You have Thunderbird 3. Then you have Thunderbird 2, which you can actually press the landing gear and out comes Thunderbird 4. Which is just like the show, really. Obviously, I have the limited edition box set, the 9-disc set, which was probably one of my most expensive purchases, which was £60. But I love this. It has a Thunderbirds companion DVD exclusive. When did this come out? Oh, 2000. Jeez, 27 hours approximately. So yeah, you've got quite a lot of viewing there. My good buddy Dave sent me this for Christmas, which is a Virgil. Not that funny. If I said Virgil, by the way, Super Marionette Virgil puppet, which is just fantastic. Virgil obviously being Thunderbird 2, Thunderbird 1, Scott Tracy was the best one. And then just a couple of books that I have. Funnily enough, I got this from my dad, and Dave sent me this for Christmas, which was Thunderbirds Volume 1, the comics. So kind of shows you a bit in there. The complete book of Thunderbirds, which is there, which is really, really cool book. And then probably my favourite one, which is the 50 years Jerry Anderson, the Vault thing. I also do have a Thunderbirds board game, which I picked up in a shop that was closing down. It was like half price. It's in the wardrobe. It's still in its cellophane, so I didn't want to show it. But yeah, this was £25, but I got it for like 12. So another awesome book. There's just so much information in that. I love those vault books. I have a Marvel one, the Star Wars, Transformers, just brilliant. So yeah, so I thought I would do like a wee mini review of that Thunderbirds. As I say, it has all the feels, the music, the atmosphere, just everything's on point. The guys did a superb job of doing this, and massive kudos to them, massive kudos to everyone who backed it in Kickstarter, because I know it went from strength to strength, and BBC and ITV were picking it up. So yes, job well done. I thoroughly enjoyed sitting down and seeing 3 Thunderbirds episodes I'd never seen before, which took some doing, but kudos to you all. And yes, thank you very much for watching, and until next time. Hopefully the next video will be as F.A.B as this one. See what I did there?